Welcome to my review of Just Mercy, directed and written by Destin Cretton, the director of Short Term 12, and who is going to direct Shang-Chi. And the film stars Michael B. Jordan, Jamie Foxx, and Brie Larson, and is based on a true story of world-renowned civil rights defense attorney Bryan Stevenson as he recounts his experiences and details the case of a condemned death row prisoner whom he fought to free, because this man was effectively innocent. I have been dying to watch this film for the past 2 months. I think when the first trailer came out, it just hit me. I needed to see this film. I was there first in line to get my one-way ticket in for the press screening at LFF, and this film was mostly everything I wanted it to be. Destin Cretton just is a very earnest and very true storyteller. There's no sugarcoating anything in his films. Despite some minor flaws that I have that I will get to later, I think this is a man who just goes for the story, and he creates very earnest and honest characters that you feel very close to as the story progresses. And as you reach the end of his films, you just feel like you know these characters and you have known them for a long time. The whole cast in this film is superb, from Brie Larson to Rafe Spall to Jamie Foxx. I think everyone does a great job, but honestly, and this might be no surprise to anyone, Michael B. Jordan. I think powerhouse is an understatement. Jordan channels in his Gregory Peck playing Atticus Finch in To Kill a Mockingbird, and he hits it out of the park over and over and over and over again. This is a character who doesn't necessarily feel hopeless, but this is a character that feels defeated throughout this film, but yet he's knocked down but never knocked out, and that's the best way I can describe this character. Michael B. Jordan, again, he plays the shit out of this role, and everything he has to say, I was on the edge of my seat, be it in the courtroom or sometimes even just conversations with Jamie Foxx's character, who is also brilliant in the film. Their conversations sometimes had me grabbing my seat and putting the nails into the leather of it. It's that good. Dialogue, it's friggin' excellent. And this is one of those types of films that it's a lot of people talking over and over and over again. And it's because of that that you have to hit very straightforward but very interesting dialogue that also must be delivered very interestingly. And the characters, the actors of this film really, really do. I was really happy to see that. From the acting, the directing behind these performances is incredible, and so is the dialogue. And this is a really heavy drama, one that I felt really emotionally invested in, and I caught myself teary-eyed at the ending of the film, because something that really hit me personally, something that really bothered me, because this is a true story, is that this is very recent. This trial, this whole case, ended after my birthday. It ended on the year of my birth, but it ended after my birthday, on the same month. And if you guys have followed me for a while, you know I really despise racism, and sometimes these films, when they're well done, they really frigging hit me. And this film really did hit me. Special shout out to Tim Blake Nelson, who has, I'd say, a minor role, but he's such an interesting character that plays a big part in this case. An interesting person that came into play a big role in the ultimate decision made in this case. Again, another performance in this film that is just fabulous. I'd say the film almost hits every mark, but sometimes it can be a bit heavy-handed in some scenes. Not a lot of scenes, not the majority of the scenes, but sometimes you feel like characters talking to each other and they can kind of be talking down to the audience. More often than not, in those moments, it feels like they break the rule of showing and not telling, and they tell and don't show. And again, this is just the minority of the scenes, but they are there and they did bother me. And at the end, I did feel like I knew the characters, but going through that journey, I wanted to see the characters do this stuff that they are described as doing by other characters. And something that I was surprised that it bothered me because there isn't that much of it in the film as a whole. The score, it's sometimes pretty overbearing. And I'd say this does happen in the majority of moments where the score comes in. There are moments where a score comes in and not only is it overpowering the scene, but there was absolutely no scoring needed for certain moments of this film because, again, the actors, the directing, the dialogue was carrying everything, and then comes the score, and it's the type of track that comes over the scene that just doesn't fit. It feels like it should be someplace else far away from here. And yeah, it was another thing that really bothered me in this film. And my last, I'd say, issue and not flaw or negative of the film, because it's really hard for me to blame films for being this, but it can feel familiar. You've seen courtroom dramas, you've seen many of the things, many of the steps that this story takes and that these characters take. Again, I don't think it's a negative or a flaw, but I do feel it's something I need to address as I'm giving you a review for a film. But I was invested from beginning to end. I feel this is a film you do not leave unmoved. It's a compelling story told in a very compelling way, just carried throughout by fantastic dialogue and extremely earnest performances. I'm giving Just Mercy a B+. What did you think of Just Mercy, my beautiful geekies? Thank you so much for watching. You are the best. I'll be back with many more reviews throughout this whole entire week for LFF because there are so many other movies to watch and I can't wait to watch them all, to bring you reviews for them all. These are great times, guys. I'm really happy throughout these weeks because I get to attend a film festival and I feel it's an honor and it's a privilege, and I want to share that enthusiasm with you. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, you guys are the best. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the video because it really helps me out. Stay tuned to my Instagram, my Twitter, and here in the channel, of course, for every LFF news, update, and review. And until the next video, don't forget, love each other and love the movies.